Hey YouTube, thanks for stopping by. In this video I have built a cart for my oxyacetylene tank. This video took a long time to make, but at last it's finally done. So let's get into the build. So today we've got another build and we are fixing a problem in my shop. Yeah, a lot of you normal viewers have probably noticed the oxygen and acetylene tanks sitting over here in the corner, and they are freestanding, and that's a problem. If you've ever took shop in school or had any shop education, most of you probably have, you know that you're not supposed to have freestanding tanks. Well, I didn't have anything else to do, or I didn't have anything to hook them to or anything like that, so I've just found a spot for them here to where they would be out of the way, and let's just face it, it's not safe. They're just kind of sitting there. They can't really fall back, but they could fall forward. I'm the only person really in the shop doing anything. No one else really comes in here. That's not an excuse. That's just, you know, I didn't have anything else to do with them. And I needed to use them. I needed to have the gauges and everything on them, and getting them up off the floor or chaining them somewhere just wasn't an option. But we're going to fix that. So today I have some plate. I've got some 1/4 inch plate. I've got some 1.5 inch tubing. And I found some wheels at the flea market. And we're going to make a little cart for them and make this shop just a little bit safer. So with all that said, you can see the pieces that I'm making now. I intended for these to be welded to the cart to give the tanks somewhere to rest and to hold them. They worked out pretty well, but I didn't actually use them. When I got to the end or near the end to where I was getting ready to put them on, I just decided I didn't need them anymore. But again, I'm showing how I made them, and I'm showing all the welding and everything. But when it came down to it, I didn't need these parts. So as you can see here, I'm drawing out what I perceive to be the dimensions for the cart. And this is an old technique that I had read about but never actually used. You basically draw out on the floor or on the wall if you have something, but I just use the floor. You draw out all your dimensions in real size, the actual size, and then you can do actual measurements on your drawing. And this was the first time I used this, and it was extremely helpful. You can see I'm drawing out the wheels that are really behind the cart. I scrapped that idea too, because I thought it was just going to be too wide, or I guess too deep, and would get in the way of your feet while you're pushing it. So eventually I did move the wheels closer to the cylinders. So here I believe I'm measuring out the front tubes. Yep, measuring out the front tubes, and I'm using my tubing degree finder to mark the cuts to be made on the tubing. And this saw is really awesome. I'm going to have another video coming up on comparing the saws versus a band saw, and hopefully have that out before winter time. Here I'm making some caps to go on my tubing. Everything looks better when you cap it off on the end. The fit up was really nice on those. And here we're TIG welding them in. Some of the welding I did on this cart, I TIG welded some and MIG welded some. It was just a matter of convenience, really, the process that I used. I didn't have anything that really had to have one over the other, but I really like TIG welding. It really gives you a lot of control, and it's a lot of fun. And for putting these caps on, using the TIG process really makes it a lot easier, I think, because you're not putting as much filler in there, and it doesn't get all uh, gobbed up if you can't see well, or if something moves. You know, it just makes it a lot easier. So here I'm measuring. I'm actually taking real measurements out for that back tube, and going to get that piece cut. And here we're welding the uprights on. That's where the handle will attach. And so right here, we're just gonna finish up these uprights, the front uprights, and get them finished up. And I'm gonna try to keep this video short. So with that, I think we're gonna call it done. And hopefully part 2 will be out soon. With that, we'll see you next time.